Hello and welcome to the first episode of Guys Talk About Things, a podcast where we talk about things. My name is Connor. I'm here with Joe, Kevin, and Connell. Gentlemen, how are we?
We're doing good.
I'm doing pretty good today.
Not too bad, it's going well.
So yeah, this is it. This is our first episode where we cover movies, TV shows, comic books, video games, literally whatever we want to talk about. We just decided other people might want to talk about it too.
Thing.
And what's that?
About things.
We talk about things. So now we're just gonna get into the news for the week. And there was a pretty big thing that happened this week, in my opinion, at least. After 2.5 years of picketing, some might say harassing, the Snyder Cut was announced.
Finally happened.
Hashtag release the Snyder Cut.
For those of you who are unaware of what the Snyder Cut is, it's the
best way to watch Justice League.
Director's vision, Zack Snyder,
to watch it.
The only way.
His vision of the 2017 film Justice League. And yeah, it's coming to HBO Max sometime next year.
2017?
2017.
Yeah. We're old boys.
Seems like it was just 3 years ago.
Wow.
They announced that it was going to be no reshoots with the cast, with a budget of $20 to $30 million to finish the VFX, score, and to record new dialogue. Very fun.
So it's going to be basically a new movie.
It's going to be a completely different movie. It's either going to be a 4-hour movie or a 6-episode miniseries.
Well, I think this time they're going for a new direction, which is make it good instead of what they did last time.
That's the real question. Will it be better than Joss Whedon?
That's not a question at all. That's guaranteed.
Honestly, if they took... I feel like the movie was too rushed. It could have been a good movie, but it was too rushed.
They completely reshot the entirety of the movie.
Well, the main issue with the movie was the fact that they're trying to contend with Avengers when Avengers had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movies before it.
Well, I don't think you necessarily need that. I mean, we're coming back to that. We'll cycle back to the Avengers and the MCU. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But I don't think you necessarily needed that. I think they had a solid plan. I like Cyborg, who was like Cyborg and Flash actually were like the two newcomers, and Aquaman. Why am I saying this?
I just think adding 3 newcomers into one movie is a bit difficult. That's where they flop.
They were too eager. Next
thing. What I want to see is, do you think Joss Whedon's Justice League is just that bad that will make the Snyder Cut seem like it's 10 times better? Or do you think they're pretty similar in regards to how good they are?
I think when it comes down to it, they're probably going to be pretty similar in quality. But because of how bad the Whedon cut is, the Snyder Cut's going to look great. And at least it'll make sense. It's the completion of Zack Snyder's vision for the DC universe. I'm personally looking forward to it. So
I wonder where it's all going to stand in like the canon of the universe, though.
I think the Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut is the definitive version now.
Because of course there's going to be some plot changes, as we mentioned. As we thought there was
it's a completely different movie with Darkseid, Martian Manhunter, very different.
So I mean, I'd imagine if they're going to release the Snyder Cut, it's going to be.
I'm excited to see the new characters.
I want to see Martian Manhunter.
I want to see.
I just want more Aquaman.
I want to see more Flash. Fair enough. In addition to announcing that, it was during a Man of Steel watch party hosted by Zack Snyder himself, and Henry Cavill joined. Henry Cavill, who
with his Xbox
Superman,
gamer headset.
With his Xbox gamer headset, he came, and that has sparked new rumors that he might be returning for a Man of Steel 2 or another appearance as Superman. I like that. I'm looking forward to that. That's pretty.
Wasn't there some news about what's his name, Michael B. Jordan becoming Superman?
That came out of nowhere. That wasn't.
That was way back, just a conspiracy.
Yeah.
So they don't have another Superman cast at all.
No, but Henry Cavill was kind of like on the rocks on what he was doing, but now it seems like he might be back. There are discussions, apparently. Let's see what else. Oh, we had a great trailer for Christopher Nolan's movie TENET debut. I can't talk. last night in Fortnite, because that's a thing that happens now. That's a thing that happens now.
If it wasn't on Fortnite, it never happened.
The movie is still slated for July 17th, but I don't see that happening.
It's not going to happen. They need the money, like you said. I mean, when it comes to Trolls World Tour, whatever the hell that movie was, they could release it because it wasn't super big budget. But with a big budget movie, you can't do it.
This is like a blockbuster movie. It's not coming out July 17th. Theaters aren't open.
Yeah.
The LA market's not open. New York's not open.
They have
happening.
too big of a name attached to the movie as the director. You know, you can't do that.
But the trailer also looked like great. I'm very excited for the movie. I think it's gonna be really good. What else? Trailer debuted for Spike Lee's new Netflix movie Defy Bloods that came out on Monday. The movie releases on June 12th. I think that also looks very good. I'm glad we're getting some real movies during this pandemic. You know, there's a little pandemic going on. You know, not a big
Just
deal.
a little. If the our audience hasn't.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, there's a little thing going on. We won't talk about it. Don't worry.
I'm sure they've heard enough about it.
Michael Bay. You guys know Michael Bay? Great.
Oh,
great filmmaker.
Sounds familiar.
Great.
Transformers, right?
I met Michael Bay. Yes, Transformers.
Why would you subject yourself to that?
What? He's a cool dude.
Transformers are fun. Transformers is a fun movie.
I've never seen any of the Transformers movies.
The first one was great.
Never
The
seen
first
it.
two were
surprising.
phenomenal. Anything with Shia LaBeouf was great. The
Was.
first one they had is.
No, he's
Was
back.
Shia LaBeouf
He's
not
back. I
in,
like him.
Eh,
I
Was
like
he
him.
not in the
he
later
had
ones?
that crazy phase.
Oh, we all
I
know
liked
it.
him. I think he did a pretty good job.
Oh, speaking of that, side note, 12 years ago today was Indiana Jones in what's the name of it? Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
That was a
Starring
I
Shia LaBeouf.
I liked it too.
That's a
The
side
CGI
note.
was a little iffy.
I did
but
not have that written
12
down on my
years ago.
notes, but I
Good
just
movie.
remembered that.
I just remember the CGI.
I love the beginning to that movie.
With the nuclear fridge. I remember that. The nuke resistant
Yes.
fridge.
Yes.
Completely realistic, by the way.
What was I saying about Michael Bay? Oh, he is set to produce a COVID-19 inspired film titled Songbird, and it's set to film in the next 5 weeks. I don't think that's happening.
Within
just
5
sounds-
weeks or starting within the 5 weeks?
Oh, it's
I
starting
don't know how you can
within
make a
5
movie
weeks.
out of this.
And it
Like, have
takes
you ever-
place within the next 2 years where the pandemic is still going on due to the virus mutating.
Why would he do that?
Who would want to
Why?
watch that?
Yeah,
No
that's
one would want
kinda
to
a
watch
bad
that in the middle
idea.
of a quarantine.
And how are you making a movie with a giant crew right now?
Whatever.
People
It's
said
Michael Bay.
it's going to be like Paranormal Activity, which
If there's
Paranormal
no
Activity
explosions,
was
it's
lower
not gonna be good.
budget. So,
That's like making a movie out of the Spanish flu.
it's basically the same thing at this point. So, on Wednesday, comic books started printing again. That's very cool. They stopped for a while. DC and Marvel are back at it. I haven't read anything new, but that's a thing that's happening.
Were they printed in the U.S. or what was the issue with that?
Like there's one major company called Diamond something. They shut down for the quarantine. And so they're not back. They found a way around it because they want money. I think
everyone.
That usually
Diamond's-
works.
Diamond is actually reopening in June, I think. So it's still coming back at some point. But now we got a lot of Disney Plus news this week. Something very,
Which I do not have.
very
I
near
do.
and dear,
Figured out my mom got it. Heck yeah.
very near and dear to my heart. July 31st, the Muppets are making a comeback on Disney Plus
I heard.
Kermit.
with a new show called Muppets Now. I'm very excited. I'm a big Muppet fan. You know, they're just pretty cool guys, and you know, moving right along.
Move right along.
Great song. So it's July 31st for that one. And then The Mandalorian was a little show. You guys ever heard of it? Not sure.
Small.
Not sure. It was like
Boba Fett teaser.
it
Boba Fett
was-
teaser.
Yeah, you
By
heard
the
about that?
Snorlax. That was sick.
So
Wait, what are you talking about?
They teased Boba Fett in The Mandalorian.
No way.
Yeah.
They had it.
I also heard like they were gonna like make an appearance with like Ahsoka Tano, which
Yep. We're getting that. We're getting that.
So you're saying there's an official teaser trailer?
Yes.
That
and I think they used the original guy who played as Jango Fett.
Yeah, he's coming back.
They are.
He's coming back.
I can't believe. Wow.
But there's no official trailer of it. This hasn't even been officially announced. This has been leaked.
Yeah.
So.
Oh wow.
But Timothy Oliphant was announced last week to be joining the cast. I don't know if you guys know who that is. He was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I do not. Great movie.
I still haven't seen that movie. I really want to.
Connell, you have
found the time.
He was on Santa Clarita Diet, a Netflix show I like a lot. I like him. Cool actor. He was announced to be playing the character named Cobb Vanth. I didn't know who that was. He is a character from the Aftermath novel, which takes place after Return of the Jedi, kind of tying it to what's it called? The Force Awakens. So where
love The Force Awakens.
He's a sheriff of a town on Tatooine who wears a Mandalorian armor that he bought from Jawas, who got it from the wreckage of Jabba's sail barge. So whose Mandalorian armor could that be?
Yeah, but he was in the Snorlax pit.
Well, apparently he got out, took off the armor, and Cobb Vanth wears it now.
He wouldn't just take it off, though.
Yeah.
Apparently that's what is happening.
That's ridiculous. The amount of time he spent, I'm pretty sure that's actually the armor that his father wore. If that's like actually right to canon, or at least Legends.
Well, isn't Legends now retconned?
Yeah, Legends doesn't exist, so I don't know.
Sadly.
Personally, I haven't read anything of Legends.
Legends is so great. Like Thrawn's Revenge. Actually, they might.
Thrawn is in.
Thrawn's Revenge.
Thrawn is in canon now. Yeah,
Thrawn is canon. Since like Rebels or something.
Yeah, and he has a book or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's in it. Speaking of Mandalorian season 2, Rosario Dawson was confirmed. Well, not confirmed. None of this has been confirmed by Disney or Lucasfilm or whoever. But she was leaked, rumored to be playing Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah.
In The Mandalorian season 2. Now, a new rumor is suggesting that she's going to appear in another Disney Plus show called Kenobi.
Now,
that's just a rumor. I read it online, so
in a perfect world
here. I think.
How long have we been waiting for that?
Ideally, that's going to be in a flashback. Hopefully, with Hayden Christensen's Anakin too, we can see that in live action. That'd be very cool. Even though
I don't know
weren't they trying to get him for something else?
Yeah, there was a rumor that he was going to come back to play Anakin. So, who knows about that? We'll see.
One thing that amazes me is through all the hate that he got for playing that character, he still is willing to return to that role.
We don't know if he is he?
It's not confirmed, but I'm just saying, like, he would be willing to return to the role.
I mean, what other movies has he been in?
He was in like 2 years ago or something like that.
Jumper.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd be eager. Finally,
but he kind of like retired from acting, like raises his kids or something like that.
Well, I mean, you gotta put down the
what?
As long as that, as long as those Star Wars royalty checks are coming in, he doesn't need to act again.
He doesn't need anything.
He was in 3 Star Wars films. He's set for life.
So as long as those royalty checks.
Yes, the 3 best ones.
Yeah,
let's go.
I wouldn't go that
baby.
far, but
prequels, baby. Hey, comment in the chat.
Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Gets too much hate just because of Jar Jar.
You guys heard of that original trilogy? Yeah, that's more like it.
But dude, what about The Last Jedi? Best out of any of the Star Wars movies, right?
Oh, crazy! I agree with that. So crazy,
absolutely not.
Crazy how that's true.
I don't know how that made it past anybody. I don't know what. Like it's like what they did with George Lucas. Just let him write whatever he wanted, and no one checked it.
And it was great. And Ryan Johnson's a genius.
It would have been so much better if they went with all like the stuff from like the concept art for the last movie.
for the Rise of Skywalker if they went with
Yeah,
Duel
for the
of
Rise
Fates,
of Skywalker,
because Colin
like
Trevorrow
the-
got fired.
the attack on
Great
Coruscant or whatever.
Yeah,
That
was going to be
would
Duel
have
of
been a
the
movie I'd
Fates.
actually want to see.
Yeah, because the Rise of Skywalker sucks.
You know what's funny? I kept telling Connor that The Rise of Skywalker was an awful movie,
Yeah.
and he kept defying that.
Yep. For those of
longest
you
time.
who don't
Well,
get
Venom's
the
a great
joke,
movie.
yeah.
Venom is a fantastic movie, and Connor.
You know,
doesn't think
I
so.
can see like good movies and bad movies, and they can't. They
That's
think
funny.
The Rise of
That is a-
Skywalker
that's
is a
cold take.
good movie, which
Wait, 1 second.
we
Wait a
know
minute.
it's not.
Evan, you just referred to Venom as a good movie. I refer to Venom as a great film.
That
All right,
is
in cinematic
that is
A
history,
true.
work of art.
work of
truly, almost up there with Pulp
It's
Fiction.
in the purest form of art.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's our podcast. Okay, we gotta go. We have one last piece of news here. Bringing it to the Marvel side of Disney Plus, we have Erin Kellyman. I hope I pronounced that last name correctly. That's not a hard last name. Just also known as Emphas Nest from Solo. You know, when she was just a
Oh.
little girl, she was cast in Falcon and the Winter Soldier Disney Plus
Wait,
show.
she was the like leader of the like what, bandits.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was the
Solo.
little redhead girl.
Yeah.
I say little. She's
Cool.
probably older than us, but
He was redhead?
she was redhead.
It's the only thing Kevin hears.
Wait, she was a redhead?
No, because I'm trying to picture her face.
Yeah,
'cause
she
She had-
the whole movie
she had
she
they
had
freckles
have
all over.
freckles. She had
Yeah,
freckles, and
freckles.
she took
Lot
off
of
the
freckles.
helmet.
Oh, yeah.
Long
yeah.
curly red hair, right? Or
I,
orange.
I wish Amelia Clark's character will make a return somehow.
There was rumors
will.
of a sequel show for Solo on Disney Plus.
Just based on how they
There's
set
That
up
would be
rumors on
all,
everything.
That would be really cool.
With the same actor. that
I
played Han
love
Solo.
Solo. Solo's
Oh,
an amazing
I don't
Solo
think
got
Solo's gonna
way
be in it.
Too much hate.
Solo bombed. I think that's done.
Yeah,
So
but like it got so much unnecessary hate. It's mainly because of The Last Jedi.
No, it's mainly because it's not Harrison Ford. It's not
No,
the same.
they released it
that's
in
stupid.
May, which was way too early. That's what happened. We were fatigued. No one wanted to see a Star Wars movie that early.
Yeah, don't
Fair
they do?
enough.
Isn't it every
It's
year?
December.
In
It's supposed to
December?
be. They
And they
released
just
it.
dropped this one in May.
Yeah, way too early.
Well, didn't they drop the other Star Wars movie in December?
But Rogue
Yeah,
One was
It was December. That's the month. Then they put this in May.
Oh, okay. I know what
Yeah,
you're talking about now.
Like
Yeah.
for this trilogy, it was
was-
a Star Wars movie every 2 years with
Yeah,
a Star
so-
Wars story in between.
It was 2017 Last Jedi in December, and then May of 2018 was Solo. And people
Yeah.
hated The Last Jedi and then went to see Solo
I
or
wonder
didn't
why.
see Solo. So that was why, because it came out
I'm
way
just
too
saying,
soon
if you haven't
afterwards.
seen Solo, you gotta watch Solo.
If you haven't seen The Last Jedi, it's the best Star Wars movie. It makes you think. It makes you do things. It's like an actual like
It makes you really
movie.
think about how this was made and how they let that
and
happen.
how
how
Ryan
the
Johnson
studio
is one of the
signed
greatest
off on it.
filmmakers of our time. Go watch Knives Out.
really makes
Go watch
you-
Looper. It's
It really
pretty
makes you
pretty
wonder
good.
how a studio would sign off on that garbage.
Well, it's Disney.
Well,
I
they
mean,
signed
what
off
do
on
they
a Snyder Cut too. So I mean, who
do? Ooh.
knows? I'm a Snyder Cut
Hashtag
supporter.
release the Snyder
I'm a
Cut.
Snyder Cut supporter. Sorry.
If you're not a
Um,
Snyder Cut supporter, you're just plain wrong. First of all, no, kind of the
Hashtag release the Snyder Cut.
So wait, when is that coming out again?
next year.
2021 is all they
Next
said.
year.
Just
On HBO, right?
HBO. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez,
That's
like
huge for subscription
that's
sales.
huge
to
for
that.
HBO. But
Yeah.
like, who even watches HBO like that much?
Well,
Not
now
everyone yet.
I'm getting
Hate
it
on it.
for
Not
that
gonna hate
now.
on it.
That's like the point now.
But like,
Yeah.
the only real things to have HBO go on your phone is for like
It had Game of
Game of
Game
Thrones.
of Thrones.
Yeah.
Game of
Doesn't-
Thrones. Yeah.
doesn't the DC have their own streaming service? Wasn't that a thing?
Yeah, but like now all of the
Then Disney Plus.
it's kind of like it was DC Universe, what it was called. It has Titans and Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol was just great, but now Doom Patrol is on HBO Max too. So Titans is the only exclusive. To
Oh,
it.
so they're just kind of partnering with HBO Max.
'Cause-
Wasn't Doom Patrol on Netflix?
no,
Or no?
no.
Oh.
But it's like Warner Brothers owns DC, and AT&T is actually what owns all of it. But whatever, it's HBO, Warner Brothers. They're all the same company, so it's all just the DC. It's all the same thing. We got a little lost. We got a little off topic there, but So
Little
it's all
bit.
good. It's all good. So piggybacking off Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we're gonna get on to what we're here to talk about today. We're gonna rank the MCU movies. And yeah, we're gonna go in release order and then say, our opinions, talk it out, and figure out where we'll put them in the 23 movies we've seen so far.
Yep. And this is just gonna be the first and second.
Yeah, we're just gonna do phase 1 and phase 2 today.
Yeah, for second phases today, just because there's so many of them.
23 is it's a big number.
All right. Start with
Okay.
the first.
You guys ever heard of Iron Man from 2008? You guys
Couple
ever heard
times.
of that one?
I actually haven't.
Really? It's a pretty good movie.
Is that the one where Hugh Jackman fights as a robot and saves his son, something like that?
I don't even know
No, I
what
thought
movie
it
you're
was
trying
when
to.
Ryan Reynolds.
You don't
wore
know Real Steel?
colored rings
I've never seen
on
Real
his
Steel.
hand.
That was that it was Ryan Reynolds. Okay.
Right?
Oh.
He wore a ring which allowed him to fly and stuff.
No, that movie doesn't exist. I don't know what you're talking about. Our close personal friend would agree with that, though. That it doesn't exist.
Oh,
Close personal friend.
close personal
A
friend.
friend of the podcast too.
who we're not going
Friend of the
to
podcast.
Release.
We
his
can't say his
information,
name. He wouldn't like us to, but maybe we'll get him on as a guest later on.
Maybe.
Who knows? We're new.
All right,
We're new. We're
anyways.
just starting out. Iron Man.
Iron
2008.
Man.
Thoughts? Spoilers for all these movies. You should have seen them by now. Sorry, but yeah.
If you haven't, where have you been the past 12
I think
years?
I think most of them
11,
are on
10.
Disney Plus now. So if
They're
not,
all on
you
Disney
can
Plus, I believe.
rent them.
I don't know.
So
I've met a couple people who haven't watched any of the Avengers, like Marvel movies, like Marvel superhero movies.
this is not a podcast for them.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna probably talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
But like, have they
I
seen?
mean,
the
hey, they
Snyder-
can learn.
They can learn. They can learn. Go ahead. Listen
They
to the
can learn.
spoilers. We can teach you everything you need to know.
I mean, Iron Man. Let's just be real. It's one of the best. Even though it was the first, it's one of the best.
I agree with that.
Well,
I agree with that.
mm,
It's top
I
10.
wouldn't
It's top
put it-
10.
Yes, top
yeah,
10, but I wouldn't put it over. I'd say 6.
I think on my
that's generously high,
personal
in my
rankings,
opinion.
it's 4 or 5.
I think it's between
That
1 and
is
10 for sure.
generously way too high.
You definitely can't place it low because first of all, there's the nostalgia factor of it started it all,
Mm-hmm.
and second of all, if this movie, like it obviously was good because it sparked the biggest movie series of all time. Like it couldn't have been a bad movie. The rest of them had
it gave
momentum going,
it gave us Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark.
which
Yeah.
was huge. One of the
Yeah.
best casting decisions ever made, if not the best.
It did give us Terrence Howard as Rhodey, who was quickly recast for Iron
One
Man
of the
2.
worst casting decisions ever made. If
I'm
not the
glad they
worst.
recasted him.
Don Cheadle came in for Iron Man 2, but
Did he
Hey,
get
my
kicked
guy
out because
got me.
he wanted too much money, right?
he wanted the
Wasn't that thing?
same payment as like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, when Robert Downey
That's
Jr. was
insane.
obviously way more in the. How do you get that greedy, dude? He could have had so much money if he stayed with it. Like if he was with if he stayed with the MCU as Rhodey, the amount
Yeah.
of money he would have
He
now.
wasn't,
because of
in
that.
it for the long game.
Yeah, he
He
just
wasn't
wanted-
in it for the
Didn't have
end
that
game.
skill.
You get
Oh,
it? He
that's
wasn't
so-
in
oh,
it
that's
for
so
the
good.
end game. You get it? You get it? Haha, so funny.
All right, so we got to rank it here.
I think a 6 because I really like
I
Jeff
think,
Bridges.
I think a 6, yeah.
I think Jeff Bridges as
6 out of
Obadiah
10?
Stane is very good.
Yes. No,
No,
6
not
out of
No,
out of
6
10.
out of
movies.
23.
Out of all the movies.
Oh wow! Well, I'm gonna need to pull up a list here. Just
It's
to visualize this.
it's in the Discord group chat.
All right.
I do not have to.
So you guys want to agree on keeping it at 6 at around
Yeah.
6
Well,
for now?
It could always
I
change.
strongly
It
Yeah,
could always
10
change.
change.
It's
I
going to
can do
be
that.
evolving.
They're all
all
gonna
over.
change. This could be
No.
whatever.
Are we just doing this for phase 1 or for the entire MCU?
We're doing phase
first
1 and
two
phase
phases.
2 right now, but then we'll come back and do phase 3.
Yeah. So keep the other ones in
Okay.
mind, but
Yeah.
we'll put them in between, I'm sure.
So
Alright.
when we rank, we're doing it out of 23 because I
Yeah.
think it would be easier to do it out of just each phase.
No, we're going total. We're going all MCU.
The whole thing by the end of it.
Okay. Whole thing.
Um,
Iron Man. I'd I'd placed it around 10.
Really, that
All right.
low?
Well, majority
Maybe
rules.
lower.
We're keeping it at 6.
Well, it's in the 6 to 10
It's ever
range at least
changing.
right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
ever
changing too. I think it'll probably
Alright.
get moved down.
So Hulk is the best.
Okay, Incredible
Okay,
Hulk.
story about Incredible Hulk. The other day, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I was watching my dogs in my living room, and it was just on. And I gotta say, I don't think if you ever watched it, it's so bad it's good.
It's cheesy. Is what you're saying? It's like that.
No, it's not cheesy. It's just the CGI and everything, and the transitions is just all over the.
I think you're talking about the other Hulk movie.
The 2003 Hulk?
Yeah,
there
just
was
Hulk,
one before.
which is supposed to be like a comic book
That's
as a
the cheesy
movie.
one.
That's the
This
cheesy one.
That's
the so bad it's good. This one's just
one
bad.
It wasn't bad enough to be good. You know.
Okay, then maybe I haven't seen this one, but the other one,
I think
it was enjoyable to watch. That's how bad it was.
I remember the cut from scene to scene was like, what is
it was
going
like
on
a
here?
comic book
It
panels
was
and stuff.
zoom
Yeah,
out and zoom into
Yeah.
another.
I've only
They'd
seen
be on
parts
a
of that
phone
one.
call and just keep on going back and forth.
Yeah.
I've only seen parts of that one, but the CGI is very weird. Hulk looks like he would be like a stuffed animal or something. Like Hulk looks like he'd be fun to touch in that one. Incredible Hulk. Hulk just looks really sweaty all the time. He's glistening.
His hair is always wet.
Yeah, it's is he really that hot being that big? I feel I don't know. Kevin, do you have any thoughts about being that tall? That big?
Yeah.
Not that big, but that tall.
All I gotta say is the weather up here really is different.
It really is. Is your hair
Well,
constantly
heat
wet
rises.
and glistening? Heat rises. That's
Heat
true.
rises.
That's why his head is so big. It's all that air.
All right, so we'll put Hulk in
think
the
that's
bottom.
that's a 22. I think that's a 22.
I'd say that is a 22. I do agree with that. Yep.
I'd put it at 23.
I'm not sure if I've
but-
even seen. I think I've seen it in full.
No,
once.
there's one other movie that could be a 23.
Well, which I will argue.
We'll
I will
talk
argue
later.
about
We'll
later.
talk about it later.
We're not there
We'll
yet.
argue
We're
about
not
it
there
later.
yet.
Iron Man 2.
Not great.
It was forgettable.
Iron Man
I
2.
forgot
Very
all about
forgettable. Very
Amazing.
forgettable.
The best part of the movie would be the suitcase suit. So
Yeah.
cool.
Cool
That was
animations.
probably. I feel like that was the beginning to all of his cool suits.
Yeah.
How in the end it's a nano suit.
That's my favorite
Like,
suit up sequence.
that is,
the
the
suitcase.
beginning.
That's This is where
So,
he gets
I
he gets
like-
cocky,
I
gets a little
kinda like
fancy.
the villain. Wait a minute. This is the one where Peter Parker.
Well,
What?
yeah, with little
Right?
tiny
At
Peter
the
Parker.
end, little Peter Parker. Okay, that's.
Oh yeah. So it
I'd
ties
still
back
say
now.
it's in the
that's a
16, 20
retcon.
range, but that definitely bumps it up.
Yeah,
at
that's a
least one
retcon,
more for
but-
me.
You see, I'm
And I like
completely
the villain.
different.
Well,
Completely
which
different.
villain?
I think Iron Man 2 was so good. It's just first. You guys got to remember Don Cheadle.
Mhm,
True.
mhm.
Him as Rhodey.
Okay.
Whiplash. He was a pretty
Loved-
good villain.
loved
He was
Whiplash.
different.
I want my bird.
And the
My
suit
board.
at the end that he made, come on.
He wants his board.
We got to see War Machine.
I think you guys
New
are
suit.
forgetting my favorite part of the movie. Sam Rockwell as Justin Hammer when he comes out dancing across the Stark Expo stage. I love that.
Yes.
Love
Yes.
that. Cannot
You know
wait
what's
for
bad?
him to
And-
come back.
And Black Widow, right?
Yes, Samuel
Yeah,
L.
that was
Jackson,
enough.
Phil
That was-
Coulson.
I
I
feel like
love
she looked
Coulson.
the best in that movie.
Nope.
You know what's bad about
I have
this
a
all,
hot
though?
take about her hair, so
I'm hearing all of this stuff you guys are saying, and I know it was in the movie. I can't put a scene to it though.
it's a
It
forgettable
was
movie.
that
It's
forgettable.
it's like I think it's in
I
the
think it's
20s.
great.
I think it's in the
I'd
20s.
put it in the 10 to 15 range for me.
We'll keep it here right now. just to
Connell,
see, 'cause
Connell, what are you thinking?
I say keep it where it is right now because it's always changing.
Probably about 16 or 15. It's right in between.
I would say 15.
I would say
think
lower than
50?
that. I'd say a lot lower than that.
I
Alright,
would
we'll
say
put it
either 15 or 16.
I'd say we keep it here then, because I think it's like 17 or 18.
Okay.
I think averaging it
It's
out.
in
is
the
around here.
16 to 20 range for everyone who
Mhm.
can't see the list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll publish the list once we're done with it. We'll publish the halfway done list that we'll finish at the end of this episode, and then the
Yeah,
full list.
we'll read it out even.
Yeah.
At the end. All right. So, Thor, the first one.
I like Thor, the first one. Like
I think
it's
it was-
like
Thor,
I liked it.
it's like a Shakespearean drama, which is what they're supposed to be. Basically, it's a story about gods.
Yeah.
It starts by Kenneth Branagh, who is a historical Shakespearean. What's the word I'm
Historian?
looking for? Yeah, something like that. He's directed. He's been in like every Shakespeare play. He's directed
He
basically
played Hamlet.
major. Yeah, he directed
forget that.
Hamlet too. He was directed that and was in that. So like, I think that was a good. I don't like Kenneth Branagh that much as a director though. But I like the look of Asgard the best in Thor 1. The Rainbow Bridge. It
Yes.
looks magical. I think
The
they've ruined.
Rainbow Bridge does
yeah,
look good.
They've
I
ruined
love
that in Ragnarok.
Heimdall's his name?
Heimdall.
Yeah.
Yeah, love him.
He's
Great.
probably one of my favorite characters in the
Yeah.
MCU.
Definitely.
I like-
He's up there with Bucky. He's up there with Bucky.
I
He
like,
deserves
um,
more.
Anthony Hopkins as Odin. Was a big fan of that.
That was cool.
Great
so
casting.
I think Thor is underappreciated. I think that's.
I think these are all like good, points about it. I just think it's really good. I enjoyed it a lot, but I think there's a lot better too that the MCU gives.
I also they dyed Chris Hemsworth's eyebrows in that movie.
His eyebrows.
Yeah,
does
that brings
not
it down a
does
little
not
bit.
look good. I think that could stay in 11 to 14, 11 to 15 range. I think that's
that just general area for now.
Yeah.
Just because it's good. It's a great movie, definitely worth a watch. But there's just so much good in the MCU that it's hard to justify
Yeah.
that being up there.
because the next movie,
First Avenger.
Captain
this
America,
is-
the first
Mm.
Avenger,
Mm.
so good,
So good.
I
so
would say-
good.
2 or 3. I have to say,
I would go like
whenever
5.
whenever you want someone to start watching the MCU, like any like Marvel Avengers movie, you have to say Captain America, First Avenger.
You think First
This is
Avengers
just-
above Iron Man 1 though, guys?
Yes.
Let's be
I
real.
agree.
Yes.
You think
I
so?
agree with
Yes.
Connell. But the thing is, I feel like there's so many other great
Yeah, so I
movies
think
that
I
would
think
just
it's top
push it
10.
down.
I think it's top 10.
It's very good, but I just think compared to the other movies,
It's also-
just,
Compared to the new, it's also outdated. Like,
It's not-
old.
It's not the best Captain America movie.
I
I-
think it's the worst Captain America movie.
It is, but
Nation.
Captain
What?
America
Ugh.
trilogy is the best trilogy in the MCU.
Oh yeah,
It
I'm
is,
not saying it's
Like
bad. I just
all
think
of
enough.
those movies are good.
fair enough.
in comparison to the
Fair
other
enough.
two, I think we put it in the 6 to 10 range above Iron Man.
Yes. Fair enough.
All
All right.
I'm just saying that's
'Cause that's
definitely
just-
the first movie you tell someone to watch, though.
Yeah,
I
It's
think
just
what
so
it has
good.
going for it is that it was a timepiece. How it takes
Yes.
place in the 40s during
Yeah.
World War
And,
II. Did we
I mean-
really see that in other? I mean,
No.
besides like Guardians.
Yeah, we have one other movie that you see a time period. 1985,
yes.
1995, my bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm
Alright.
talking like really.
One
like,
more thing.
going
One more
Okay.
thing before we move on to the next movie. You cannot forget that this movie gave us the best character in the MCU.
Peggy Carter.
No, Bucky Barnes, baby.
Bucky Barnes.
Oh, that's
Bucky
crazy. I
Barnes.
thought the
I'd
best
rather-
character came in Age of Ultron. That's crazy.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
You guys ready?
Okay.
Yeah, next movie. Next
All right.
movie.
The
So we have
Avengers.
The Avengers. I think easy. I don't think anyone could disagree. Top 5.
I disagree.
No.
Disagree.
I disagree.
Disagree.
I would-
Really?
I would say 7.
Really?
would
I
say-
don't even
would
think
say
I
the
don't even
first
think it's top
Avengers
10.
above it.
Don't think it's top 10.
You don't think it's top 10?
No,
You see,
it is.
at the time.
It's
at
Joss
the
Whedon
time,
again,
it was
people. This is Joss Whedon.
revolutionary.
Yes, at the
Yeah,
time.
at
It was
the time.
great.
Fair, yeah.
It's nostalgia
So-
glasses. Take them off.
Is
Yep.
it a
High 11.
It's
is-
like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
40 good?
11
It was
11
I would
to
say at
15.
least like
High
12.
11.
I think it's
Because you also
probably
got to recognize how many other movies are on that.
it's better. It's better than
above
Thor.
Thor?
Yeah,
Above Thor?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's a
it's
Definitely-
good. I
definitely
like
above Thor.
Loki. I like the banter. You know, the team coming together. I think it's a little slow
Yeah.
at times. You know,
Yeah.
like the whole Hawkeye bad then good. He does
The
nothing. I mean,
camera
whatever.
angling was a little weird.
big waste of Hawkeye in this movie, 100%.
Has he been in the movie where he wasn't wasted, or can he even be wasted? Like he's
Infinity War.
nothing. He's
Ronan.
nothing.
Yeah, they need a Ronin backstory anyways.
He
You guys
should
ready to
definitely
move
go
on?
into some other type of means of making money, such as singing, because he was very underutilized.
You guys want to talk about Jeremy Renner singing?
That's another episode.
Another
Stream the
podcast
Medicine
episode.
EP
another
out
pod.
everywhere now.
Another pod we could do.
All right. Iron Man 3.
I like it.
Oh.
I like it.
I think it's better than 2. It's better than 2.
Here's the
It's
big
better than
question.
2. It's better than 2.
Would you consider Iron Man 3 a Christmas movie?
Yes. Yep, it is.
Low key.
Sure.
It's low key a Christmas movie.
It is.
Low key.
It is.
Just like how what's the other movie?
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
If Die Hard can be a
Hard's
Christmas
also
movie,
Christmas
Iron Man 3 can be a Christmas movie. Yeah,
It
is.
happened around Christmas. It's a Christmas movie, but it's not a
The
movie
ol-
about Christmas.
But the thing is, Iron Man 3 not that good. The villain was not. I did not like him at all.
I
Yeah,
agree with that.
The suits were okay.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
but
I don't
it-
like the villain. I liked the guy who was like, what was the one guy's name?
It was
Oh,
it
wow.
was
In
the
the videos.
Mandarin. Yeah, he
The
was,
Mandarin.
but he was just
The
like an actor.
The actor
Yeah,
for the Mandarin.
Because the
I
real
liked him.
Mandarin is out there because he's coming now in Shang-Chi, whenever that
Yeah.
comes out now.
Like if he was the actual villain, I would have liked it.
I think it would have
Um,
been better if they didn't do that switch. Yeah, I think the actual Mandarin being
What's good about this movie is the Tony Stark. It fleshes out his.
Tony
He,
Stark.
he has
yeah.
Best
PTSD
character.
from flying into a wormhole
Yeah.
with a nuke. I think that's great.
I
That's
will have to say, I hate Tony Stark in a way. Like I don't really like the character as like the Playboy character.
which
But you like him
I
now,
have.
you
I have a
like him
lot of
later.
points
I
on
love
that actually.
Iron Man. Iron
Yeah.
Man's
Yeah, but he's a
cool.
billionaire playboy.
That-
What?
Well, that's the point. You're supposed to hate
Yeah,
Iron Man.
exactly.
I think. Okay, I
He's
got
a
a
genius billionaire playboy.
bit of
philanthropist.
a hot take here.
Yeah.
The ending of Iron Man 3 for Tony Stark is better than the ending in Endgame.
No.
Oh
Cool take.
well,
He gives
It's-
he gets the arc reactor taken out. He's like retired basically. And
It's-
it's a
it's
much
similar.
But is he retired? But is
No,
he?
no, he's not. But it's a
No.
much
So-
sweeter ending in my opinion.
I think the ending is great, but it's ruined because there were then more films.
Well,
I think if they ended at Iron Man 3, it would have had the same effect as
I have
Endgame.
more to say about the ending once we get to Endgame, which won't be this episode, but I have more
So-
to say once we get there.
I think we're saying at least 11 to 15, if not higher.
I think it'll probably
Behind
it'll
Thor.
probably get knocked back, but
behind Thor.
I
Higher
like
than
it.
Thor?
I like it. It's
Behind.
it's
okay.
Shane Black who did one of my favorite movies,
Yeah.
The Nice Guys. Shane Black actually wrote Lethal Weapon. He's a pretty cool dude, so I like that. And
Yeah.
we got Iron Patriot, so we get more Don Cheadle, you know.
Yeah, that was cool.
All right,
More
boys.
Don Cheadle.
Yeah, now we got a
This is
doozy.
gonna be a discussion and a half here. First of all, we all know it belongs down here.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Or the
Yes.
Dark World
Thor-
is in
no,
Thor the
Thor
Dark
the
World.
World.
1 to 5. 1 to 5 range.
1 to 5 range. Okay, Kevin, we'll kick you after this.
Okay,
Thor the
so-
Dark World.
His eyebrows look good.
His eyebrows are much better. Improved.
So it's
Only
it's
improvement in the
redeemed
eyebrow
there,
department.
you know. But
I think
It's
the
just-
only thing.
it's boring.
Would you like to go?
It's boring. That's all I'm going to say. It's very boring.
The only thing I had going for it was Natalie Portman is very good looking. When Natalie Portman, when you listen to this, I love you. Please look
When
out.
you listen to this,
When.
thank you for
When.
listening, Natalie Portman.
If
Shout out
If.
to you. If you'd like to be a guest, you can email me. Please, we'd
Yeah.
love to have you.
All right. For the Dark World. Let me make my case for why it should be above the Incredible Hulk. It had more to do with the rest of the series than Incredible Hulk did.
Well,
Bringing in an Infinity Stone is very important for the entirety of the MCU as a whole. So having the presence of an Infinity Stone, I think, bumps it up because it.
in defense of
you
the
can't
Incredible
remove it.
Hulk, it wasn't made to be an MCU movie.
That is true.
and
It
I'm
was
just
made
gonna say
by
this.
Universal.
When you think MCU, you don't even think there's a Hulk movie. If you ask
Yeah.
like a regular person on the street, they'd be like, "Oh, there was a Hulk movie."
Yeah, some
If you
people
Yeah.
don't
ask
even
someone
know like
about
this
the
movie.
Thor movies, they're gonna be like, "Oh, there was 3 movies," and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I like the first one. The last one, the Ragnarok, was really cool. What about the second one?" And they're gonna watch it and they're really disappointed.
It's definitely the worst of the Thor movies by far, but I think it definitely inches out Hulk by a bit, and there's a point where the villain's name is so forgettable and it's brought up so
It's,
much how forgettable it is
Mhm.
that I now know it.
Malika.
The
Yeah, it's
Malekith,
I
the Dark Elf.
Yeah, like I now know his name because of how forgettable it was. You know what I mean? Like,
And I don't like this the whole thing with Loki. Loki fakes his death and then comes back and then steals Odin's place. And then I'm sick of Loki. I don't like Loki. I don't know why we keep bringing him back or
He's
anything.
a good character.
he was a good villain. I think.
I don't like
giving
the anti-hero redeemed.
I
thing.
like the anti-hero.
I think the
No.
issue is they didn't go
I
hard
think
enough
most
on it.
people like it too. I feel like they
He should have been redeemed.
haphazardly pushed it.
My
He should have been redeemed for the entirety of Ragnarok and never had turned his back again.
my biggest gripe with basically the entirety of the MCU: no balls, no stakes,
Yeah.
no one stays dead. Hate it.
True.
I
don't
just
think
I like
The whole
someone.
killing Loki was bad.
If you're gonna die, just please stay dead.
Hold on. I think a character that has died in the MCU and is still dead is the best move they could have ever made.
Quicksilver.
No, you know who's
no.
gonna
Oh, don't
say.
even
I know
bring that
who's
up.
gonna say.
All right. Next move, guys.
The
Next
worst
movie.
character in the MCU.
Next.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
what you're talking about.
Next
All right.
movie.
You do.
Captain
Oh,
America:
we're
The
gonna
Winter
get there
Soldier.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier
At
is top
At
5.
least top 10.
Top
At
5.
least top 10.
Top
Top
5.
No,
five
I'm
even?
gonna say
That okay? Let me
That's
just say
it.
this.
Could be number 1.
This
Just putting it
brought
out there.
back the best character in the MCU.
Are you just
Bucky
gonna list
Barnes,
off all?
baby.
Would the
Bucky
1 to
Barnes.
would the 1 to 5 just be all the movies that showed Bucky Barnes?
Yes.
Black
What
Panther
question?
included.
Full name? Buchanan?
James Buchanan Barnes.
Ah,
All right. I think we put it in the 1 to 5. I think that's very
Yeah.
fair.
It's number
It's
1.
probably lower.
It is number 1. I
think
will.
as we
I
go
will.
on, it will get lower.
It's
Well,
That's
I don't know. Are we
my
talking
opinion.
standalone? It might be the best.
no. It's in my heart. It's the best. It's a
I don't know if-
political thriller
it's the
disguised
best-
as a superhero movie.
If they made that movie by itself, it would be the best movie here. But we're talking
It's
about
also-
are we talking about in the realm of the MCU.
It's also the first
This
movie
next
we
movie is
got
gonna- I'm
with
gonna go off.
the Russo brothers,
That's
Yeah.
true. Russo brothers were
Yeah.
big.
who
Um,
came off of
Alright.
Community. Community. Watch that show. That's how they got hired
So
for the
1 to 5
Avengers.
is definitely it's in there.
Yeah. It's in
Definitely
that
in there.
range.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume
1 to
2.
5.
2014
1 to 5.
Guardians of
1
the
to 5.
Galaxy. I put
I think
that
1 to
6 to
5.
10. 6 to 10. Sorry
It's,
about
it's
that.
in between.
I
Sorry
would
about
say
that.
it's in between the
good.
first Avenger and Iron Man.
I'm even okay with that too. I'm okay with that.
I don't know if
would
you
say
I don't know if you're
above
gonna find
the
many
first
movies to
Avenger.
go into the 1 to 5 range at that point.
We'll always we'll
It'll
move it.
change.
Guardians
You
I'm
just
just-
gotta wait. You
such
gotta
a
wait.
Great movie.
I
It
just
introduced a whole bunch of brand new
I'd say
characters.
at this point in time, definitely the most comedic Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Great soundtrack, great director.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
What's his name? I can't even think
James
of his name
Gunn.
right
James
now.
Gunn.
No, played Starwood. Wow.
oh
I
Chris
can't
Pratt.
think of
Chris
that.
Pratt.
Yeah, Chris
Chris
Pratt.
Pratt. Thank you. There's just way too many Chris's in the MCU.
It just it made these group of nobodies. I'm a comic book fan. I had no idea who they were before this. They're household names
Yep.
now. The
Mhm.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Everyone knows who they
Yep.
are.
And I think Guardians of the Galaxy, when Volume 3 eventually does come, I think it could be the second best trilogy of the MCU.
Yeah.
It was just such a great
Just
movie.
because of how good 2 was as well, which we'll get about.
Excluding
we'll talk about next time, but
Avengers being
Avengers is
like-
different. It's a whole.
yeah, Avengers is a whole different type of category.
Yeah.
That's when you start like putting it against other movies like Justice League.
Hashtag
Alright.
release Snyder Cut.
All right, so we'll keep it in 6 to 10.
I think it
Yeah.
should be above the first Avenger.
no.
think it could-
Nope. Sorry. Can't
Well,
let that
I
happen.
don't think it could be above First Avenger, but I think both of them could theoretically move up. But we'll see. Just looking at the rest of the lineup here, I think potentially both good. But Age of Ultron.
Okay.
Awful. 11 to
Okay.
15.
Connor's got some opinions here,
11 to
and we should
15.
ignore them because
It's
they're
it's
biased.
not good.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, no,
It's
no.
not-
Actually, I don't
It is
think
the
any.
worst Avengers out of all.
I don't think any Marvel movies are bad. I think they're all fine movies.
Yeah, but it's just
It's just
it's
one of the. It's fine. It's. I don't think it's
the worst
bad.
of the Avengers than it is.
I think it's
Mm.
the second best villain.
Ultron's
I-
a great
and-
vision.
Ultron turned comedic too
Ultron?
quickly. I liked when he came out and did the Pinocchio, no strings on me, and knew all about them, and then he was just making jokes. I don't like that. Turned comedic
True.
way too quickly. He could have been pretty scary.
I think it might even be 16 to 20. It's definitely below Avengers.
I just think it was it was not memorable at all.
I like we get Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. I like them.
Well, do we get Quicksilver?
We get someone else too.
We get a sneak peek at
We get someone else too who I really like.
The worst addition to.
I don't understand how you could.
You guys ever hear of the Vision? You guys ever hear of him? I'm a big fan.
Oh,
big
Dude,
fan.
chat, please
Vision
comment
did
S
nothing
in
in the
chat
MCU.
for
Don't even.
It really didn't.
Connor liking
The only thing
it.
Vision
Well,
did
Yes,
was
but
understand.
read some comic books.
yeah,
Tom
but this is
King's
the MCU.
Tom
Yeah,
King's
that-
2016 Vision run. Oh
I
my
have nothing-
god.
I have nothing good to say about that character.
In the MCU, he didn't do enough at all.
All
Maybe
right,
he's a
all
great.
right.
He didn't do
Let's go.
anything.
Let's go for WandaVision. Okay, you guys can't say anything nice about WandaVision then. When it is the best Marvel show we get, you guys are not allowed to say anything good about it.
Falcon and the Winter
Excuse you.
Soldier.
Excuse you.
No, I'm sorry, Connell. It's gonna be better than that. It's gonna be so trippy and it's gonna be awesome.
They could, but
it's
that's
so-
easy to mess up.
He
They could
No.
mess
had
it up.
They're not
an
gonna.
Infinity Stone enlarged in his forehead. He was a cybernetic cyborg.
He was a
and
Cybernetic cyborg.
He was a
Please.
cybernetic
he-
simp.
He's a
Whatever you
synthezoid,
wanna- whatever you
synthetic
like to
human.
categorize that.
Please.
He could have been a god.
Did
He was too powerful. Ended up doing literally nothing. That's the
Well,
issue with
no,
putting a character that
That's
powerful.
I don't think that's his fault either. I think this is writing. They didn't know what to do with him. I don't think
Yes,
that's like the character could have done more. Yeah, but like that's not the character's fault.
Correct,
And as
but
time goes
it-
on, he
it-
just gets more and more worse.
But the
He
That's
issue
gets
like
is
more and
me
more
trying to
simple.
talk about Bucky for an hour, telling everyone how he's literally the best character in the MCU.
he's just
Oh,
he didn't. He
I
wasn't
think
good in the
you
MCU.
guys just hate Vision because I like him. That's
No,
it. That
I-
is clearly.
Vision just-
no.
Vision just wasn't good in
I
the
don't.
MCU.
I don't.
But I
hate
don't think he's
Vision.
bad.
I
No.
think he's
No one's
So-
none of the characters are bad.
I think there
they
are
underuse him.
some characters who are bad.
Hawkeye
There's
gets
a-
nothing. Ever.
There are some
But-
Darcy Lewis from the Thor movies, bad. That's
her.
Kat Dennings,
Oh.
the intern, bad.
Yeah, but none of the main characters.
Yeah,
know.
she's just a side character.
I think. I mean, Vision wasn't a bad character. I just don't think he's that great.
I
because
think
they just-
The
they could have used
scene,
him better.
the scene at the end of
Should've.
Age of Ultron, when Vision comes and talks to the last Ultron body, and it's like sunset, and beautiful scene. Because Vision is not on the side. He's not on either side. He's on the side of life. He's on the side of peace. Because he saw everything Ultron saw.
That was a great scene. Actually,
Great.
One
So-
thing I do have to say though, I do like the character that plays Vision. I
Paul
like him. I like
Bettany.
him as an actor. Paul Bettany.
he's a good actor.
Have you guys ever seen the movie A Knight's Tale? It was just a quick sidetrack from our discussion.
No,
I have yet to see it.
Anyone?
no.
Okay, so real quick for our fans that don't know what A Knight's Tale
We have
is.
fans? Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
We do. Natalie
Already?
Portman is one of them.
Natalie
Anyway,
Portman.
Okay. Yes.
Shout
Natalie
out.
Portman.
Shout out. Second time.
So anyway, real quick, A Knight's Tale, great movie. It's a sweet movie. It stars Heath Ledger, who I think is hands down one of the best actors in history. And it takes place during the Middle Ages. Heath Ledger plays a knight, and it's just he has a whole crew that joins him. Paul Bettany is one of them, and it's just their journey through rising through the ranks and becoming one of the most notable knights in all of Europe at the time. Great movie. Heath Ledger, very good in it, great actor, and it's just a very sweet movie.
What's it called?
A Knight's Tale.
Paul Bettany is also in A Beautiful Mind. He's in Da Vinci Code. He's got
Really?
quite
And
the
And he voiced Jarvis.
which
And he was in
I
Solo.
also and he was in Solo.
Yes,
He played
I
Dryden
forgot about
Voss.
that.
Oh yeah,
He was good.
I don't like Vision's creation.
great
I
movie.
don't-
Solo.
Honestly, I'm not even a huge fan of Vision in the MCU. It's just he's
Yeah,
just my
in
favorite
the
superhero.
MCU, he's just not that good.
They could have done a
Oh,
lot
wait.
more.
I have a great idea for what they could.
I
have
have a
done,
side
honestly.
note, just for one of my supplemental essays for college application. They said, "What is a movie you'd like to make?" So I gave them my Vision MCU pitch,
Oh, yeah?
and I got in. So they liked it. I think they're gonna finance
You
it.
want to elaborate on what
Easier.
happened next, or
I basically did what WandaVision's doing.
Oh, yeah?
So but I wrote it before Endgame, after Infinity War. So I brought him back. I don't remember how I brought him back, but I can find it. I have it saved somewhere. So maybe we'll publish that. Kevin Feige will call me up. Thanks, Kevin Feige. Love you.
Shout
Shout
out
out.
Kevin Feige.
Shout out Kevin Feige. We would be
He's
this
our second
podcast
fan.
wouldn't exist without you. So please listen to this. We love you.
All right.
All right, we gotta get back on track.
You can
So wait,
email
what-
me, Kevin Feige, please. What was that? Sorry.
With Vision, the thing they needed to do, I think they really could have done something where Tony Stark put some sort of way to reduce his power because of what happened with Ultron, right? He'd think, well, I can't have this happen again. I need something weaker. And there would be some conflict between them because obviously Vision is a good guy, and whether or not he should have this power reducing aspect to him going on, and then
But I
they
think
could have kept
I
him
think
around
that's
and
what
could have used him.
Wanda was
Yeah,
there for.
that wouldn't
Sorry
have
to
worked.
speak over you, but
Oh,
That
you're
wouldn't
good.
have worked.
I think that's why they had Wanda always with them.
To give him like emotions, like that was his
And
weakness.
they're a power couple,
No, to, like,
and they're gonna
stop him
have
from, like,
twins.
Ugh.
And then
Oh.
in Civil War, he did the same
I
for
see.
her. After she accidentally blew up the building, he was there to stay with her. Which
So those which are the two most powerful people in the MCU, technically speaking.
she is the
they-
most
they-
powerful.
Yeah,
Putting that
and
out there.
they kept themselves in check. Okay, I
Yes.
see. I just think they need to use them.
Mostly
And they're
because
gonna
they
have
like,
kids.
affection
They're
for
gonna
each
have
other.
kids, and it's gonna be so good.
I don't think. Okay, whatever. That's not gonna happen. Anyways,
It's already
Ready for the next
happening.
movie?
That's confirmed. They're happening. They have kids. They have twins. Okay. Billy and Tommy,
Okay.
I think the names are. Okay, whatever.
Ant-Man.
Continue. Ant-Man,
Next
2015.
movie.
Kind of forgettable movie in my opinion. Kind of
Oh,
odd.
it's the fun trilogy of the MCU.
Yes.
Purely fun. No
It was
big
kind of
deal.
an odd note to come after Age of Ultron. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
It sets up for Civil War in the end credit scene.
Yeah.
Because
I
I
do
think
like Paul Rudd as an actor, though.
I feel
think
like it was a really good
Paul Rudd
setup
kills it.
movie.
they were
Yeah.
supposed to, because it wasn't supposed to end Phase 2. I'm pretty sure. Age
Mhm.
of Ultron was, and then Civil War was supposed to start, but they needed Ant-Man for Civil War, so that's why that.
Yeah. They just had to throw it in.
It's like the first time we have like a minor crossover, which I really like. That just to show like the universe is actually a thing. Ant-Man has to go break into the Avengers campus, and he sees Falcon.
It's also similar to my Thor: The Dark World point. It's very big for the MCU as a whole.
Yeah.
The implications that it brings, the stuff that it brings to the table,
I guess.
ends up
Yeah,
being huge.
yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
I think as just a good fun movie, it kills it. I think it's one of the most fun movies to watch. Like Ant-Man, when I first read, I'm like, who wants to see a movie about a guy who can turn into an ant and talk to ants? And then I was like, well, that's awesome because it was a whole heist movie almost. You know,
Mhm.
I didn't know who the character of Ant-Man was until this movie.
it's like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well,
It's
that's
same-
the thing.
Exactly.
Not a lot of people know the backstory of things. Not a lot of people would like
Yeah.
read comics.
Well, like all of these characters at the time, these were the B characters. Iron Man, the Avengers were the B team.
Yep.
That's why the whole origin of this is that the big characters were the X-Men, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four. But then Marvel sold those rights and they were stuck with these characters. So like Iron Man was a B character. Now he's a household name. So
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying, I hate to put it in the 16 to 20, maybe 11 to 15
It's-
range.
I say
Nah,
11 to
16
15
it's
for now.
11. It's 16 to 20 actually. 16 to 20.
Yeah, pretty high there though.
But
Probably
above
Yeah.
Iron Man 2.
you
Yeah.
think? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's phase 1 and 2. I don't know how
That's-
much time we have and if you want to continue or not, but that is what we have so far.
I think we'll stop it here for this week. You know, keep
All right.
come back
Let me
next.
just
Come
let me
back
just read
next
out the
week if you
rankings.
want to hear the rest. You know, come back. Retain
Let me just read out the
listeners.
rankings because they obviously can't see what our little tier list is going on here.
Yep.
So we have Winter Soldier, The First Avenger, Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man 1, Avengers, Thor, Iron Man 3, Ant-Man, Iron Man 2, Age of Ultron, and then Dark World and Hulk.
I think,
So that's where we're
That's
at.
pretty solid.
That's pretty good list.
Yeah, there's
I'm
definitely going to
excited.
be more in the second half of the MCU. I think a lot more is going to go into the 1 to 5 range, just to Captain America's. There's, of course, Infinity War and Endgame to talk about. There's so much good stuff coming up with them. So
Exactly. I think the upcoming movies that we're going to talk about is going to cause so much discussion.
Phase
So
3 is the best phase. So I mean, it has the best
and plus
movies
it's the
coming
most
up.
recent,
Yeah,
obviously. But it's just I'm excited to see our discussions and our opinions on where we think we should rank movies.
There's one movie that I know at least me and Kevin disagree on coming up.
Oh, and I know what movie you're talking about. I'm looking at it right
So
now.
boring.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna go on our next segment right now. It's just recommendations for the week. We're gonna tell you some things that you should watch, listen to, whatever. Okay. So Kevin, you want to start us off, or?
No, I think you should take this one.
Okay,
You've
then.
been a great leader for our
Well then, okay.
podcast. For our
I
episode.
have a recommendation, kind of an odd one. It's it just came out on DVD on Tuesday. I don't own it. The last movie I saw in theaters, The Way Back, starring Ben Affleck. Also known as sad drunk basketball coach Ben Affleck. I did not expect to like this movie whatsoever, but I think it stands as my favorite movie of the year. Which, granted, I couldn't see that many movies this year because there's not a lot of movies this year that exist. But I really enjoyed it. It's on stream. It's not on streaming. Like you can rent it or buy it on iTunes. It's on DVD. I think that's it's a pretty good choice. So I think you'll like it. It's wholesome. It's nice. It's Ben Affleck being Ben Affleck and drunk. So.
All right, and I'll take over the recommendations. Now, I'm actually going to, depending on when our next episode comes out, I'm going to recommend this twice. And it's a little guy from a small town in a country called Norway, a town called Bergen. A beautiful man by the name of Kygo embarked on a revolutionary journey and enlightened many, many people to ascend into almost a nirvana while listening to his music. He has an upcoming album called Golden Hour. Releases May 29th.
I feel like you're reading a. Sorry to disturb you, but are you like reading a description?
Yeah, Kevin, are you trying to get us sponsored? Are you trying to?
If I could get us sponsored by the one and the only Kygo, I.
Just for reference, this is not the ad read. We're not sponsored.
This is not. This is just me explaining my pure love for this beautiful, amazing, incredible person.
Okay, well, I'm sorry for interrupting you. Please go back to what you were talking.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Real quick, yeah. So I recommend his album. I'm all good.
All right, so there's, I'm gonna go. I was gonna go with a movie. I had a really good movie lined up, but I feel like a singer.
Oh, I mentioned it before. The Medicine EP available now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Available for
So
streaming.
I think you really need to, the best character in the MCU by far, Hawkeye, has, he was left out of Infinity War, so he had a lot of time on his hands. And he wrote some music.
For reference, Jeremy.
Yeah.
If you're listening, I am your
we're
biggest fan. Please.
We're just gonna read the
Oh,
comments.
wait. Would you like me to do a dramatic reading of Heaven Don't Have a Name?
Not yet. Don't worry, I've got this. Ready? I need to read out the 3 comments on his Genius page.
He's so good. This is lyrical genius.
Right.
Okay, you guys, do you remember the Jeep commercials from last summer? That was Jeremy Renner. Genius.
I love how I recommended Jeremy Renner to Connor, and he's loved him.
Kevin has never recommended a thing to me the day. Never. Continue.
All right, so the first one. This is what Hawkeye was doing while assassinating people.
He was humming this as he was doing it.
He was humming this, of course. The next one is "Get in there, Hawkeye" with 2 exclamation marks and the heart eyes emoji.
That was me. Sorry.
Yeah, your Enzo Baby 77. Okay, just check.
That's me.
And then we have "Pray for the Wicked."
Best one.
I did not comment, Kevin.
So pissed that people are making fun of Jeremy for this and saying he can't sing. He can. Stop with your jealousy. And
that one was me. Let's go, baby.
People are way too jealous of Jeremy Renner. I mean, it's He did amazing. I mean, I don't know. Also, this isn't Jeremy Renner's song. Heaven
Yeah,
Don't Have a
someone
Name
else wrote
is
it.
not
Yeah,
his song.
but the rest of
Matoma.
them on all of the on the Medicine EP, that's all his. He wrote it. Okay.
Matoma.
And that is all. On to you, Connell, for your recommendation.
Honestly, I don't really have any recommendations right now.
That's all good.
I've been caught up with work and all that.
Hey, that's all good. That's all good.
I haven't
Okay.
really been watching anything.
Do you recommend
at the moment.
getting some shmoney? Is that what you're recommending?
Yes.
Get on the grind.
Work
Chase
hard,
the check.
play hard.
Chase the check.
Yeah, I can
Gotta
throw
get the
in
bag.
Community. It's on Netflix. I finished it a couple weeks ago. I loved
Of
it.
course.
It's the creator of Rick and Morty, Dan Harmon, did that. The Russo brothers started on that before the Marvel movies. There's a few episodes that got them noticed by Kevin Feige, and that got that ball rolling. So yeah, watch that.
Is that the thing that's exactly like Rick and Morty, but like?
No, it's not
with,
animated. It's
aliens?
not. No, that's the Hulu
It's a new show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been watching a couple episodes of that. I watched like 2 or 3. That would be my recommendation. I don't know the name of it.
I can't remember what it's called.
I don't think that's Dan. I think that's the other
Justin
guy who worked on-
Roiland.
Yeah, that's he's the animator pretty much. He's
Well,
the one
I'm
who
pretty
brought
sure
that style.
you've seen ads of it. but
Yeah,
that'll be
I
my
can't remember what
recommendation.
it's called. It's on Hulu now. It's out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so go check that out.
All right.
All right. So that's about it. Hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Natalie
Good
Portman.
time.
Thank you, Natalie
And,
Portman and Kevin Feige. Those are our
Kevin
two
Feige for
listeners.
listening. Appreciate it.
Yeah, if you would just rate this 5 stars on whatever you're listening to, it means a lot. It helps us. More people get to us. And yeah, thanks for listening. And we'll see you guys next week. We're not going to see anyone. Who are we kidding? All right.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Have a good one.
See
Stay
you, boys.
safe.